Hello pilots and welcome back to another X-Wing flight commentary brought to you by Out of Arc Gaming. As always, my name is Phil and today we have round 4 of the South Coast Series tournament held at the BIC, hosted by Entoyment Wargaming. Joining me to discuss round 4 we have...
My name is Fraser and thank you very much for the invitation, Phil.
No worries, good to have you back. As we said, we're trying to get you back into X-Wing, get you away from those round-based Legion models a little bit by showing you that it is still fun. But saying that, you did demo me Legion and that was fun as well, so I don't blame you for playing that for a bit.
Look, they're both good, and if you want to be in both camps, you're more than welcome.
Yeah. But let's have a look at the list. So for this one, we have Ben still on the top table. No one has been able to knock him off. And it is actually versus myself. So in a bit of a change of plan, I'm going to run through Ben's list, and then Fraser will let you know what I'm running. So exactly. For those of you that are watching, you're probably familiar. Ben has got the Mandalorian in the Razor Crest with Fearless, the Child, L337, Greedo, Contraband Cybernetics, the Razor Crest title. He also has Leema Kai in the Y-Wing with Dorsal Turrets and Proton Torpedoes. We also have Manaroo in the Jumpmaster with Notorious, Gar Saxon, Contraband Cybernetics, Punishing One, and R5P8. And finishing off that list, we have Kanan Jarrus in the Hawk 290, equipped with the single crew slot Maul to give him that all-important extra force points there for his ability.
That's Old Man Maul.
Old Man Maul. And what am I trying my luck with?
Well, you have double defender. In the first defender, we have Countess Ryad, who has the jamming beam, the cluster missiles, the fire control system, and Juke. And in your second defender, you have Rexler Brath, also with jamming beam, cluster missiles, fire control, and Juke. So identical loadouts of both. Then that's good. Keep it simple. And to back those up, we have 3 Black Squad Aces, all with Predator.
Yeah, I like to keep it simple. Less for me to remember, less to go wrong.
That is true.
Plus, I kind of, after doing the Empire standard ship breakdown where I said that you probably wouldn't want to fly 2 defenders, it made me really want to fly 2 defenders. So I went for it.
This is the thing. You say a thing and you're like, you know what? I want to do that.
Yeah.
That's perfectly legit.
I do love defenders as well.
It is odd that for a long, long time we didn't really think it was viable to do that. You certainly couldn't get 3 TIE fighters in there with you.
Yeah, I mean, that's something that 2.5 has really helped with. I think most people have found that they're able to actually put more ships on the board at one time. There are obviously still ships that you can't fly huge amounts, like you still can't fly 3 defenders, which I agree would be insane, but really good fun and I want to do it. But 2 defenders and 3 TIE fighters really does feel quite nice. You don't feel as though you're limiting yourself too much there. So
no, it feels about right, doesn't it?
Yeah. And it was just, I tell you what, it was just nice to have defenders on the board, because you don't fly them so often because they are quite expensive. I mean, they are taking up...
They were never tournament viable, were they?
Well, in 2.0, you could run some fun lists with a defender.
Yeah.
Like maybe, I think in 2.0 you could get maybe 2 good defenders and something in there.
Yeah, it was 1 TIE fighter at a push, I think.
Yeah. I mean, I used to be looking more at Rear Admiral Chiranu with Countess Ryad was a good option.
Also good. Yeah.
Or even Oiken, because, I mean, I will happily set my flag there that Oiken is the best Decimator pilot in the game, because he's just so fun. It's a shame you can't put Intimidation on him anymore, though, because that was just brutal.
It makes sense. You know. Yeah, I had a good one with. I still have a variant of it now. It's my Volscaris Elite Defender with Lambda backup, and it was 2 Academy pilots originally, and it's gone up to 3 ties now. Currently, I'm going with Night Beasts for 1, and then just the 2 regular guys. But
I mean, ties are great, cheap little ships, and you can do some really fun things with them. And I remember flying against your original variant of that with Volscaris, and that was quite interesting, actually. I did like that. But looks like just jockeying for position at the moment, a bit of formation flying from myself at the beginning of coming into the beginning of round 2. I'm not going to lie, I've seen Ben's list so many times, it's quite scary, actually, what it can do.
Yeah. I'd say there's a lot of stuff on there that... in the old days, we would do this like that with the Scum. It would be a couple of big boys, and you'd pack them full of stuff, and that still works really well with the Scum.
I think Scum is one of the lists, at least in our local meta, that we found that is still doing really well. I mean, you look at this list. The Mandalorian has got so many tricks on there. He's got the Force with the child. Yes, it's going to give, in this case, the 2 defenders target locks when they shoot at Mando. But he's also got Contraband Cybernetics. He's got L337, which is an absolute pain. He's got the Razor Crest title, which he has flipped, and surprise, surprise, false transponder codes under there, so he essentially has a free illicit. And with Fearless, it is just really good. And
It's
Manaroo,
a disgusting card, that.
Yeah, Manaroo.
You don't pay the cost, do you? With
No, you
Razor
don't.
Crest? No, exactly.
You don't pay the cost of it, so you essentially have a free hidden illicit, which 9 times out of 10 is either going to be Fearless or Contraband Cybernetics, depending on which one you haven't. Sorry, false transponder codes and Contraband Cybernetics, depending on which one you've got equipped. But as well, Manaroo is a really sneaky one as well in there with Notorious and Gar Saxon. That's quite a good combo. So when you defend, if the attacker is in your firing arc, you can spend a charge on Notorious to give that ship a strain token. Now, at this point, I have initiative, so Manaroo will be shooting last. He can then use Gar Saxon's ability to get rid of one of those strains to get another dice. So he can either go, like at range 1, he can go, I'll have something like a 5 dice shot at range 1, 4 dice shot at range 1.
Yeah.
Or he could just leave that strain on and go, you know what, actually, I'll have a 3 dice shot and you have 1 less evade. So that is
a choice, isn't it?
That's really is.
Choice.
I think it all comes down to green tokens. If blue at the top of the line of ties doesn't have a green token, I'd be there thinking I'd spend Notorious. I'd spend Gar Saxon and get rid of the strain. Because 4 red dice versus 3 green dice is a much better combination than 3v2.
Yeah, that's true.
But there's a scary Mandalorian coming in quite quickly there. And I'm not sure if... I don't know if Rexler's actually caught him in arc. I mean, that would be ideal. But Rexler is also... Mando has been a pain. The false transponders have been spent. And he didn't get rid of the target lock. He got rid of Ryad's evade. So no Juke for Ryad there.
That's an interesting choice. I certainly like the false transponder code. It's a right pain in my backside whenever I'm coming across it. If you're playing Elite Defender, it's a right pain because you're trying to get the target lock so you can have the bonus shot. You just go, right, I'll break the lock, thanks very much. 1 shot, please.
Yeah, it is annoying. Oh, a bump from Leema Kai into the Mando does cause damage there. That is unfortunate.
Yeah.
Then that's something that is a bit frustrating in 2.5, but kind of makes sense. If you bump into your own ships, you're likely to cause damage. And
It's a little bit strange why bumping into a friendly was called damage as opposed to an enemy.
I suppose
why.
with an enemy, you're more focusing on that ship, so you're more going right. You're watching where he is, so you can avoid that collision more, and you could be focusing so much on your enemy that you don't notice your buddy moving in your way.
Yeah, it is suggesting a level of tactical bumping still, which is still good.
Yeah, I mean, it's looking to avoid a lot of that tactical bumping. That's a very good shot there from the Mandalorian into Ryad, spending Greedo, using Fearless to get that. That's 3 hits and a crit with no tokens. And those are some terrible dice.
That's going to cause some pain there.
That's all shields off of Ryad there. Fortunately, there's no half points in this game because of the mission that we are playing, which is Scramble the Transmission, by the way.
Yep.
And another damage going into Ryad. That defender not having a great day.
You lost already, I'd say, more health than what you'd like to lose from that.
Yeah, I mean, that's 5 health off of a 7 health ship. That's not ideal.
Not at all.
But Ty's hoping to do some work into Manaroo.
2 eyes to spend for a focus. I think that's a good call.
Oh, actually, that was into the Mandalorian there. Sorry. So that would have been Ryad into the Mando.
Yes, I couldn't spend the phone.
And Kanan doing his annoying thing of spending a force to drop the attack down.
Very nice. Another irritating card when you've got a really nice high dice shot.
Yeah.
Just weakening it ever so slightly. I mean, even a 3 dice to a 2 dice can be massive.
Yeah, I mean, you look at advanced Proton Torpedoes, Torpedoes, I mean, range 1 shot there, and all the evades for Manaroo, and does Ben trigger Notorious? And yes, he does. So that's a scared TIE fighter right now. But looks like Red is going to try his luck on Manaroo now. No force there to drop it down. No green token because he captured.
Ooh.
Does he spend that focus to only take 1? No, saving it for attack. So 2 damage into Manaroo. Good start.
A lot of health on that, so not really be concerned at that point.
Yeah, and there's a Notorious trigger, so that's another strained TIE fighter.
Brilliant. Brilliant play, that.
And going into Mando, Predator reroll, just checking for. Yep, bullseye is on.
Nice.
Into a blank, of course.
Yeah. Just when you need it, not there.
So, and then spending 1 force on the charge, which is non-recurring, so you've got to be a bit more frugal when using the child's force.
Yeah, it's very different to your regular force users.
Yeah, you only get that back when you suffer damage. Although I think if you have the child and the Mandalorian crew card, there is a combination there which you can recover force, but I don't know off the top of my head. I'll have to look at that in a minute.
He does. The crew one helps you regen force as well.
Yeah. Ooh, R5 P8 spend there, getting the crit, which is good for the attack, but that does mean there's damage there. That's only 1 evade though.
1.
So, yeah. Awesome. That's a TIE fighter deleted. I mean, a very powerful attack there from Manaroo.
That was a range. That was just a strong range one, and his regular dice is 3 anyway, isn't it?
With punishing one, yes.
Yes.
You get that forward 3 dice attack, so he could have actually bumped that up to 5, but clearly didn't need it. And come on, Ben, put the good dice away. That's 2 hits off the bat there.
Just all the good dice.
All of the good dice, and that was into Ryad, so Ryad is down to 1 health.
Oh, flipping heck, hanging in there. But you know what the rule is? You use them all up too early, they will turn on you.
Absolutely. And some ships, when you get them down to their last point of health, that's when they become dangerous. Fingers crossed. But yeah, especially if it's a Fang Fighter. A Fang Fighter on 1 health is the most dangerous ship in the game.
High agility, low health ships are absolute beasts right up until the very final hit point. That's quite right.
Yeah.
Each hit point is big, but even on 1 health, they're still forced to be reckoned with.
Yeah, and now it's going to get tricky because this is getting right into each other's faces, so it's going to be interesting to see how people maneuver out of this one.
I mean, going for a block there with your Red Academy type, I think that's probably a good call. Short of a hard left turn, I don't think Ben could. Well, he could do Ben. He could obviously fly past, but I don't think he would do that.
I mean, he has got the 3 sloop, which is a possibility.
It'd be that. Could go left. Or you try and go right, get behind the defenders. If you think that's viable, which I certainly would be considering if I was Ben.
Yeah. I mean, he could fly past and rotate, which is definitely an option, but it is red. So, he's got a nice amount of space for a sloop there, or even a K-turn, but we'll see. Going for the cheeky barrel roll right in front of Mando and Leema.
Just getting in the way, I think it's great. Very good move there.
Yeah, I mean, the ties were there. I use those mainly as blockers and just some extra dice just to mop up where possible. Obviously,
that's a great way to play them, though.
Yeah, I mean the defenders are my big hitters. With Juke, potentially jamming beam, cluster missiles, they're there to try and cause as much damage as possible.
Yeah, you're not going to be going for a jamming beam shot, particularly.
No.
The case of jamming beam is
free.
It's free, so you might take it if you can. It's if you do have it, and you are absolutely surrounded by target locks, it could be a good shot to just break all those target locks off.
Yeah.
Alternatively, go through a gas cloud. You can do that now.
True. Obstacles are tricky nowadays. Gas clouds used to be kind of fun. They used to be your sort of beginner obstacle. You'd fly over it and be like, yeah, that's fine. Now, you gain a strain, you break all locks, and then you roll and you potentially ionize yourself. And that's where you suddenly go, I'm not so sure on ionizing myself. That's not something I really want to do.
I can certainly see cases where it would be a worthwhile payoff if you were to break all locks and you were in a bit of a mess.
Yeah.
But ion still has a risk, and it doesn't lose you any defense dice. No, it doesn't.
The strain does though.
Oh, you get strain from it. That's true.
You do get strain from it.
You still get the strain. Okay, so the strain would be So maybe
I'm just having a look at that TIE Defender Elite card, and now looking back at this, I'm thinking that it's such an interesting one. Whether that might have been a good option, considering I've got cluster missiles and jamming beam, but losing that evade when I do the 3. It's such a tough decision what to do.
It is tough because it's a standardized card, so you have to take. In a list like this where you've got 2 defenders, you have to have it on both or none. And for me personally, I think that these two guys, Rexler and Ryad, I don't believe they. In fact, one of them might like having.
I think Rexler might.
Rexler might like it.
Yeah, because obviously Rexler would actually love that, I think. Because with that, you can essentially double tap.
Yeah.
So the advanced fire control, after you perform a cannon or missile attack, if you have a lock on the defender, you may perform a bonus primary attack. So you could be triggering Rexler's ability twice there.
Yeah, absolutely.
And with fire control system, you're getting that back.
I think you take I think if you do go with the elite defender, you definitely take FCS as well to build on top of that.
Absolutely. Oh, that is a great position from Mando's. Spending Contraband Cybernetics to do that 3 Talon roll.
Brilliant.
Just fitting in as well. That is impressive. Where is Leema Kai going to go, though?
So no strain, no ion, no anything to worry about there.
Yeah. The Mando's dial, it's got some good moves. Obviously, all of its blues are straight at the moment, which is what makes it a bit trickier to fly. But with L337, that could come in super handy if he triggers that, giving him the blue banks.
I never thought about playing it. I assumed that it was a specific card for the Scum Falcon. And I mean, you look at the card, and obviously it's the Scum Falcon on the reverse. Because, the spoilers again, solo, if you haven't seen it, that's how it goes. The card's a bit of a giveaway if you haven't seen it. But it is only for Scum. It's Scum only, it's not restricted in any other way, so why wouldn't you do that?
And it is a great card, and it can be very, very good. But let's have a quick look here. So I still have initiative, seeing if I can catch the Mando where all my target locks are, but no. Gonna have to go into Leema.
I'd go nice and close.
Yeah, just gotta double check if that's range 1 and it fits in between. So unfortunately, it's actually a range 2 shot there, so close, but just slightly off the angle there to catch range 1, which is
tight one.
Which is giving Ben more questions to ask. He's got 1 force. Does he use it with Kanan to reduce Rexler, or does he save it for Ryad? Now, I think it's an obvious option to save it for Ryad, so that's 2 hits.
Yeah, I was going to say.
Going through on Leema, so Leema is now at half. So getting some good damage in, just need to capitalise on this now. Can Ryad, finish the job? Mando does not have up
if
Ryad.
Kanan's reducing the dice.
Oh, that's another rude shot there from...
That is horrible.
Ben spending Greedo. Nothing else to change it. Oh, he's got the target lock, sorry. So re-rolling 1.
He's got the focus, so no need to...
He's got the 4, so that's another 3 hits and a crit. And that's another TIE Fighter deleted.
Oh, goodness. Cleaning up these ties.
Normally, TIE Fighters just hang around. They're a pain in the butt and they don't go anywhere. Ben is disproving that and just deleting shit. That's 2 rounds of shooting, that's 2 TIE Fighters dead.
The behaviour like they do in the films, not how they normally do in the game, which is slightly different sometimes.
Yeah. And Leema Kai has a range 1 dorsal turret attack through the obstacle. Now everyone, all Empire players, fingers crossed please, we don't want to lose a 3rd TIE straight away. So All praise to
fingers
the
crossed.
Emperor. That's 2 hits and a crit. That could do it.
Oh my life.
No, it doesn't do it, luckily. But that is still
Hanging
crit
in there,
going
but
through.
that is a lot of blanks.
Yeah, structural damage as well.
Not good at all.
So removes the strain, gets the crit. So frustrating. They haven't.
Yeah,
even
you
blocked the
definitely
single
wanted
ship.
a little bit more out of your dice here, didn't you?
Yeah, the green dice are just fickle, and
Oh yeah.
for the first 30 minutes of this game, they have not been on my side at all. Just double checking, I've either got a range 3 on Mando or a range 1 on Leema Kai.
She's just a bit so. Ryad's just a bit closer.
Yeah,
Yeah.
because of where that sort of like the gap between the two defenders are. Leema's a bit further over, so catches range 1 for Ryad. It was literally whiskers in it. About even another millimetre off that diagonal would have meant that Ryad and Rexler having range 1.
Yeah, absolutely.
I mean, you see that clip's absolutely fine, but with Rexler, it just slipped straight through.
Yeah.
But there is the force spend from Kanan.
Makes total sense.
Yeah,
Still possible the chance of deleting Leema. I think you really want to, just to make up losing the ties too quickly.
Well, with that dice, only 1 hit going through, but it did go through, so that is a positive.
Okay.
Range 1 from the final Black Squadron Ace. 2 hits and a crit.
That's a good roll. Good roll.
Good roll. And that is
2 damage.
Crit going through on Manaroo. And the crit is a direct hit. Finally, a bit of luck.
A good crit.
Yeah.
For you, obviously.
And then there's obviously Notorious spent there just because.
Because you can, yeah, use it.
And there's another range 1 shot from Manaroo into the Black Squadron Ace, who only has 2 defense dice. Oh, but that's not a great roll there.
The dice have turned on poor Ben.
They have, and he's playing risky. He is spending R5P8, gets a second hit, spends. Well, that's dead because I just remembered I only have 1 dice. So that's another tie gone. But potential risk there, Ben. He was running risky with R5P8. If he'd have got that crit, that would have gone through on Manaroo. But
damages yourself, doesn't it?
Yes, it does. It's a very risky droid to run. High risk, high reward.
Yeah.
And a crit at Ryad got the evade token, so it was never going to go through. But yeah, end of round 3, and Ben has got a commanding lead now, 6 points to 1, 7 points to 1. Sorry, because he's also got the objective that he stole from me.
Yes.
Which is a bit frustrating. But while we wait for those dials to go down and find out how much more pain Ben can cause me, just want to remind you, if you do like what we're doing here at Art of Art Gaming, you can support us on Patreon with the link in the description below.
Lovely stuff.
And now Ben has the initiative. Yeah.
Yeah, so we scrambled the transmissions. This is the one. You have to spend an action to claim it?
Yes, you have to spend an action to claim it. Which I'm wondering if in the future we're going to get scenario-based cards that will make things like this easier, whether we're going to get crew that are sort of designed for that. But yeah, you have to spend an action.
It's a tough choice, that, with because scenario play has not always been part of the game. I can understand why they might try and bring it in. The other side of that, if you're not doing that, it would limit the cards, whichever card that might be specifically. So I don't think.
I mean,
in fairness, I don't think it would work in this. I'm just thinking again, Legion. I'm just thinking, does that occur in Legion? It doesn't really occur in anything like that. There's no sort of upgrade card or character that any of the rules or abilities affect that. That's specifically left to the setup cards for that. So I'd probably stick with that. Like, well, they could do something similar again, bring out objective packs or something like that. That would be great.
I mean, I don't necessarily think it's
needed.
Pack. Yeah. I mean, I don't necessarily think it's needed. I mean, I played a game the other day, and I think I got 2 points of objectives.
Yeah.
And then won the game through taking ships out. I mean, we look at it now, it's currently 7-1, and Ben has captured one objective and held it for one turn. So he's scored 6 points from taking out the TIE fighters. They're not worth a lot, but he's got...
We had a similar thing when I played in after the Vader and Anakin showdown. Looking forward to that one, by the way. That was very good. I hope the fans are looking forward to that one as well.
Yeah, that'll be coming out very soon.
Very good. But it was a similar sort of situation as you had now. We had... I was able to use my ties to get some nice early objectives, score a few early points. Was in the lead at that point. Didn't stay in the lead. Unfortunately, I got brutally murdered.
Yeah. It happens, and we see both sides of the coin going for the objectives, going for the dogfight, both effective and viable tactics. So, again, you can play it however you want. Unlike other games, the objectives are not the be-all and end-all in this.
No.
Although it might be nice if I picked up a couple of objectives to score a few more points.
It's good if you can just get them ticking along. Maybe one just to tick you along and supplement your points. But in this one, it definitely doesn't. It's not going to get you the win.
No,
you have to definitely put some damage in somewhere.
I am in a very tricky Scum box right now. I need to try and clear the way out there, and you can see that from Rexler.
I'm looking down at it and it looks nasty. I would not want to be in there.
Yeah, it's not a great position for my defenders to be in right now. I could really have used another tie in there just to cause a bit of a speed bump.
Yeah, even distract. I mean, there's not a huge amount of shots again, but Ryad's sitting on 1 health.
Yeah, and
that's something that would be okay when she's a bit more healthy. You're not. Yeah.
But Leema's ability is just about to trigger. Nothing is in Leema's arc, so she gains a target lock on Ryad, and this is a Proton Torpedo coming in.
Oh, goodness.
So, luckily, I have a focus to survive that. I had the evade as well, if needed, but that was very, very scary.
That was tight.
I was thinking,
too close for comfort.
Yeah, if I'd have lost Ryad there, it would have been game over.
Yeah, I don't think there'd be any way you can recover massively from that one.
Yeah. And I think the only other shot is Kanan down into Rexler. Spending a force for 2.
Yep.
And 2 evades, so Rexler still loving life at this point.
He is happy as Larry.
Yeah. But going into turn 5, 8 points to 1. And it's...
Yeah, this has got to be a good turn for you, I think, Phil. I think Rexler could quite easily turn around and do some good damage somewhere.
There's just nowhere to turn around, that's the thing, because most of Ben's ships are stressed at this point, so they're limited in what they can do. if I can get round and get a nice good shot on either Leema or Manaroo, it would be absolutely ideal, because they're both low on health, don't have a lot of evades as it is, and with their damage already on there, if Rexler can catch them and expose a good damage guard, a fuel leak or a direct hit, or even a hull breach, would be absolutely immense.
Yeah, a good crit like that would help. I'm trying to decide who would be my pick. Who would I try and focus down on? I'm not entirely sure. I go different guys for different reasons.
I mean, points-wise, I'd be looking at Manaroo, because Manaroo is 5 points, and when looking at it, I need as many points as possible. However, if I was able to... What would be lovely is to be able to turn around, get a target lock on, say, Leema Kai, and then use a cluster missile to try and take them both out. But turning around means I won't get a target lock. I mean, if only the Empire had some form of contraband cybernetics, it would be amazing.
I thought the 4K was white.
I don't know if a 4K would fit the end on that board edge there.
That's okay. Yeah, fair.
It's
you could have
quite
2K
close.
and that would be red. So
yeah, 2K is red.
Yeah, you're right. Okay.
Yeah, 4K is one of those ones that's either not as long as you think it's going to be, or is far too long. Especially when you're... How
many times have we done that?
Yeah, looking at how close Rexler is to that board edge,
Again, it's not a play you'd risk at this point either, is it?
Yeah, I mean, if I flew him off the board, that's a full health defender gone, and 7 points to Ben. I may as well just concede at that point.
Yeah, that's true. I mean, I like the play there with Ryad.
Yeah, trying to hunt down the Mando.
Which is so far looking good.
The Mando's an incredible ship. It really is. That Razor Crest, it's in that list of ships I have that if I'm flying against it, I don't tend to go for it because I don't have much luck. At the moment, you've got the Razor Crest, Poe Dameron in a T-70. I just ignore Poe Dameron if I can.
Oh God, I hate Poe Dameron so much.
He is so tricky to fly against. There's a couple other ships as well. I can't... General Grievous is a tricky one in the Bell Below.
He's not as bad, but yeah, he takes a lot of work.
Yeah. He takes a lot of effort, and he's not many points, so it can... The effort to reward that you get for taking him out doesn't always feel that great. And again, when you're up against Separatists...
No, but then it might be you might need to do that because of what role he's playing, or either how he's performing in the game.
Yeah.
But always, you always got the soulless one and the impervium plating, which is just a massive headache to deal with.
Yeah.
I've got a nice direct hit. Nope. Not even regardless damage. Out.
They are basically glued on to that now, especially because Soulless One and Impervium Plate are both 0 points.
Yeah.
So, yeah. But this is another Proton Torpedo shot from Leema Kai into Ryad. It is much better modded. Got the focus, so that is hit, crit.
Going to be hard to deal with this one. You need some good dice.
That's not good dice. No focus. Only an evade token. That is Ryad down. This is now an incredibly tough game.
15-1.
15-1 with 28.5 minutes left. Rexler has got to put in some work. And yeah, Rexler needs to put in some work. It is actually 16 points to 1 at this point. When doing the overlay, it didn't actually click up. So
Okay.
Ben does actually have an additional point at this stage. But yeah, it's going to be tough work now. Rex has really got to hope to get into those ideal positions. And now, after the little chat we had about the Elite Defender, I really wish he had that on there, because I think that would have been...
It looks
That
like a
cool.
game where you would have actually wanted it.
Yeah.
It's I think back when we got the Sky Strike pack, we were all discussing on our many forums of which defender wants the elite one and which one wants the just stay regular one.
Yeah.
And I was making my case for Volt Scaris, I still do.
I mean, Volt's a good pilot. He's a good pilot. I mean, I always tend to lean towards... Ryad is my first pick when it comes to a defender, pretty much all the time, because that K-turn ability is just insane.
That's always been one of the strongest, yeah, absolutely.
Yeah. So that's where the TIE Defender Elite doesn't work.
No, I wouldn't say Ryad with the lead defender, no.
Well, actually, here's where it gets tricky with the wording. So decrease the difficulty of your hard turns, great. Increase the difficulty of your K-turn maneuvers. Now, Ryad, when you would execute a straight maneuver, you may increase the difficulty of the maneuver. If you do, execute it as a K-turn. You've dialed in the straight, not the K-turn. So it's getting increased by difficulty to a white. Now, if anyone has any thoughts on this, let me know, because I'm really curious now. When I first read that, I assumed that meant that the K-turns would be red, but you haven't dialed in a K-turn. You're using her ability to do the K-turn, so is it still white?
So...
As it says, increase the difficulty of your K-turn maneuvers, but that would normally be your dialed-in K-turn maneuvers.
Yeah.
So, 2 more damage into Leema. 2 more damage into Leema.
So I think
exposing.
Oh, goodness.
Fuel leak. Oh, that's a shame. Direct hit would have been lovely.
That's what you need a direct hit.
Yeah. I might have to check the AMG rules forum on that one, but because that's something that always made me go no to the TIE Defender Elite.
I don't think Ryad's the right one. It is a tough one because you've got one card that's increasing and decreasing and another card that's doing the same thing.
Yeah. So as to whether they stack, if they stack, 100% no. If they don't stack, which is kind of how I'm reading it, maybe it's wishful thinking, I don't know. But if anyone does know, drop us a comment and let us know, because I'm actually curious, because if that's the case, I'm rewriting this list with some extra tricks. But Rexler would definitely be a good candidate for it, because I think that his ability, if you have a cannon or missile and then you can do a primary attack, is great. Volt Scaris, as you said. Colonel Vessery.
Vessery loves it.
Yeah.
I think Volt likes it. Don't think Ryad likes it.
I mean, Onyx and Delta Squadron is going to be just one of those things, isn't it?
Yeah.
Captain Dobbs. Oh, I don't like Dobbs.
No, he doesn't shout a lot of joy to me.
He's got a really good support ability if it wasn't a defender.
Yeah,
if it was in something...
defender, you wouldn't really take a support ability on defender, would you?
Yeah, I mean, if you had a TIE fighter, a bomber even, maybe, but not on a TIE fighter, not on a defender. A defender is not a support ship. Things support the defender.
I can tell you why Ryad doesn't really benefit from the elite defender, because your 4K still ends up as red.
No, because you'd still you'd dial in the. You'd dial in.
I think the
blue
ruling is
straight.
it still ends up as red.
Right. It'll be like I'm curious if someone does.
Yeah,
know,
I think they had to. There is some FAQ somewhere where it was clarified that it still becomes red.
Sad, Phil. Also sad that Leema Kai has managed to skip past Rexler there, which means no final shot to try and take him out, which is always tricky.
Yeah, that again. You really needed a kill, and again, you're not going to get it.
Yeah.
So
I mean,
going
we've
to
got-
face off Mando. Okay.
Well, not an ideal situation, but maybe
No.
shooting past into Manaroo might be better.
I think so, certainly. Of course, having to survive the shot from Mando.
So sneak. That's a big hit as well. So that's definitely some damage going through. That's potentially 3 damage going through. Yep, letting the 3 damage go through.
Again, you kind of want to keep the evade there, but
Yeah, I mean the evade with Juke, it's ideal, and I don't think. Yeah, so Kanan does not have the arc on Mando to reduce.
no.
But there is the L337's reveal. Very brutal reveal. Had the target lock, would have much preferred to reroll 1 dice, but that's gone from 2 hits and a crit to just 2 hits.
Oh,
Nothing's
yeah.
changing. L337's such a brutal card. But we do have Juke to get rid of that.
That's
So-
helping.
It is 2 damage going through, but
That
no
crit,
damage.
again, you needed that crit and
yeah.
been robbed from you.
I'm actually looking at that, looking back and thinking I probably should have gone for the longer range shot into Manaroo, or even a cluster missile into the Mando and then double tapped into Manaroo. There would have been better.
Yeah. I
Um,
know what you were doing because I've done it so often. Is you see the immediate shot in front of you, see loads of dice, wasted
Yeah.
opportunity.
Yeah.
But
In
I
the heat
think,
of the moment, I mean, as we said, this was round 4 of 5 at an all-day tournament. That not only was I actually playing in, I was TOing at the same time. So
yeah,
so many things going on in my head, things get forgotten.
yeah. You get to a point. I think it's around this time. You start guessing yourself. You start getting a bit tired. Your brain's not quite where it was at the beginning of the day. It's all these things, and it can sometimes make things interesting, but it's an interesting element to think about, the playing all day at tournaments and how that affects your play and what that does to the game.
Yeah, absolutely. And as well, all credits to Ben. He is a phenomenal player. So
Yeah,
he's always good fun to play against, but he is very good at the game as well. So it does make
Scum,
it trickier.
Yeah, he's very, very proficient with the Scum as well.
Yeah.
I know would you say it's his favourite? I don't know, but he is certainly.
Scum is definitely his favourite faction.
But he's very proficient with it as well. If he brings Scumless, he's going to do well because he loves it and he's very good at playing it.
I mean, he plays all factions. I'm trying to think. The one I see him mainly play Scum and Resistance, actually, but he does play all factions.
Yeah, those are certainly his top 2.
Yeah, interesting positioning there from Kanan. It looks like jumping past Mando to go for Manaroo, and I think that should have been the better call earlier. Moving the target lock.
Big three's good though. You're now facing him.
Yeah.
I can't quite see where the arc is. I think it's facing front.
From Manaroo, yeah, it's facing forward.
Okay, so you're not going to get shot by Manaroo, so that's.
No, it looks like currently the only shot that is actually on me, possibly Kanan at the moment. Mando still needs to move, so it'll be interesting to see where Mando goes. That's less than ideal.
Oh, that's unfortunate.
That's a really good move from Mando there.
That is a good play. Didn't need that. You really didn't.
No. So, need to hope that I get a really good hit on Manaroo. Kanan doesn't have... Oh, does he have Manaroo and Arc? Is he able to drop a dice? Doesn't look like it. So this is
just out.
A 4 dice modded shot with Juke.
Right, here you go. This is the shot.
This is where you get it. This is where it all comes in. It's terrible. Let's re-go again. 1 hit out of 4. 2 hits. Awesome.
Oh, for goodness sake.
But I get to expose one of his cards. So can I re-expose that direct hit? 2 evades, so dropping 1 down with Juke.
Yeah.
Need that direct hit to come through. And it was a stun pilot.
Oh.
Not great. Now.
Just one of these days.
Yeah. So it's just Mando to shoot now into Rexler. 2 crits. Spending the 4, so hit, crit. Are we losing Rexler right at the end? No, we are not. So fortunately, I did not get tabled. But with 2 objectives and the overlay being updated in just a moment, that does give Ben the win, 21 points to 1. Yes, that was very painful, but well played to Ben there. So really good game. I need to buy new dice.
Yes, you absolutely do. But they did basically fail you there, which can be a little bit disheartening that we've all had that game.
It is.
But I did like double defender with lots of ties to block. I like.
It is good fun. It is good fun. But
you definitely had 2 points in that game where you had a big shot and the dice let you down.
Absolutely.
So another day you could have had that.
I'm buying new dice, but anyway, Fraser, thank you very much for joining us for round 4 there. I hope you enjoyed it.
I did. It was still very good, and you both did very well.
Definitely. So well done to Ben. But guys, thank you so much for watching. That's round 4. Round 5, the final round of South Coast Series, is coming very soon, so do stick around for that. In the meantime, do like the video, subscribe to the channel, link for the Patreon in the description below, and we will see you next time.